Hello, hi, how are you? I'm trying to get a post out about, the investigation. Um, there's something going on, and I feel like there's this the only way I can get it out because I'm posting about it and it's not going anywhere. They keep taking it down and they keep striking my account. Yeah, no, I just okay. So yeah, will you tap the screen and share this out, please? So it's about this house. There's a house, and it was the house the person was in. I can't say too much because they don't. The house. That's what needs to be looked into. It's not his family. It's not his GF. It's the house. There's something up about the house, and they won't let me talk about it. That is the thing. You can say anything about the family, the girlfriend, or anything, but you cannot talk about the house. The GBI closed it. The investigation is closed. I'm being controlled now. Like, I'm letting you know there's something else going on. And I'm not like worried about my control, but I just want to get the message out. You can ask questions. The person who is updating us on Facebook, they asked questions. They didn't prior. There's people that didn't prior know the family that have been asking questions and then updating us and telling you not to ask questions. So they feed their curiosity, satisfy it, but won't satisfy yours. And there is no Fed investigation. That's closed. Look it up. I'll show you. It is closed. Hold on one second. Yes. If you ask it, just ask it, is it closed? I don't think I have a good picture. They've cropped everything. That's something else. But look, there's this house. It was in a house. Yes, it is a house. It's a house. So, and there's when you ask questions, you can't find out where it is. And I'm not saying that we should, not this way, because it is, not good. But we're not allowed to, you know, ask questions about this house. It's not a normal house. If it's for public services like this, then it's not, but there's this problem here in Denver where there's houses like that. I don't think it's her. I don't think she has control over this situation. It's not his family. It's this house. So for some reason, somehow I have a theory that it's, a theory that he was driven into psychosis and then he was offered to get treatment at this place on like all part of a plan. But we need to test it. And we can't because there's nothing we know about this house. We know everything about, that person in the, the whole, ring of, what, that's evil that we just found out since, Filthy Rich on Netflix, that we know everything about his last whereabouts and what happened before his last moments. We don't know anything about Joe's and they won't let us know. And the investigation's over and we cannot find out about it. So what I'm saying is there's something about this house. And I post about it twice. They keep taking it down. They will not let me talk about it. Not in a post. They won't let me talk about it. And it's only just asking questions like, why can't we ask questions? And they keep taking it down. There's one that's still up right now, but it's blocked from community feed. And then the other one is, I don't know. The house that he was in, the last known location that he was in, we're not allowed to know that for some reason. We're just not allowed to know that. And I feel like there's something about it. Why can't we? Why am I getting violations? There's nothing against asking questions. Yes. So right now I'm trying to figure out why what's going on about what's circling the whole hysteria around the reason why we even have access to the books and who told us about them and why they're not here. And nobody's asking those questions. Nobody even cares. They're telling you there was a thing. It's closed. There is no more, looking into it. That part of the department has closed it. Look it up. There is no more looking into it. They have, and I'm saying looking into it instead of the actual word because I'm not trying to get flagged. I don't know. I don't bother his family, and I don't think you should. But I do feel like they were enticed to admit him to this place. Yeah, like I don't think that it's their fault. They just didn't know what was going on, and he was, I think, coerced in some way and we can't even ask questions, which is the craziest part. And the longer time goes on and we can't, find out what happened. If you look in the Bible says if something happens to your friend, like it even says if something happens to your friend, you absolutely should search for justice. You should absolutely ask and see and search what happened for the truth of what happened to your friend. Look this up. Just ask it. Does the Bible talk about if your friend is, this happens, should you look into it? Should you search justice for them or should you let it go? And it will tell you all the scriptures about it. So you need to look into it. And I just feel passionate about this, so I'm going to just keep spreading the message. They won't let me talk about this house, that last known location. I can't post about it. They won't let my posts do it. They keep removing them. And so I can't just keep trying to post about it to get my account. Well, that's the thing. There's nothing about it. What we're trying to do is ask questions and gather information, not speculate. We're trying to find proof. And if we're looking in a direction that's telling us don't look here, that's where you look. That is where you look first. And so right now, what's the last known location? We don't know. We know it's a house, but we don't know. We just don't know that. And so I'm not saying that it's probably, but we need to know. We need to we need to find out, because I just feel like there's more here, and they're taking all of it away from the house, and they're saying, leave the family alone. Nobody's bothering them. We're trying to find out what happened, but nobody's asking them. We're just doing this thing on the internet. Nobody's contacting the family. We're just asking questions, and they're perpetuating it as we're bothering the family, and we're not. We're not. So why are they perpetuating it that way? That's what media does. There's something to be steered away from here, and that's what I'm sensing. And there's something about this house. And you need to post about it because they won't let me. Yeah, so I just feel really strongly about this. There's something about this house. Like they won't let me show you, and I want to show you the violation, but I probably won't allow. I would probably trigger another. I'm not worried about books right now. I'm worried about getting out a message, and I'm so sorry. I will get to the book. I promise you. Send me a DM, Giovanni. I'll get you and I'll follow you right now. Oh, I already do, but I'll get you the book. I'm sorry. I haven't posted it. I've just kind of had a whole bunch of things. I'm working on a free energy device with this, and I'm using magnets to when you put magnets in, and there's a magnet that you put in between a coil, and it'll shake and it creates electricity. We're gonna put a bunch of those around it. If the piezoelectrics don't work with acoustics and vibrations, however, it would if we used a pipe organ, because that creates 16,000 hertz, or 16 kilohertz, and that's the most powerful natural way to produce sound through an instrument. And you can use that to make electricity. So we're working on that. We're doing all that stuff. But I'm just like, right now, I don't know. Can someone else help? Quest, can you come up here and talk to me? Like I want to talk to someone and about this, because I can't post it, and so I need someone else who's ready to help share this message. They are not letting us talk about it. There's something going on, and okay. does anybody hear what's going on and that wants to talk about it? That here's what I'm saying. We need to be looking into the house, not his family. I don't think it's his girlfriend. I thought it was, but I'm telling you, there's something else. It's not that. I feel like she is bound, like she can't talk about it because there's something that she knows is up, and she can't. The internet wouldn't understand it, and I think it's because they were coerced to go to a certain place that happened to be this house instead of an actual real facility. And what I know about these residential places, because I've been in one before when I was 14, there's one. If you go on my page, the first video posted, I ran into a CUL, yeah, T. And they were preventing us from helping anyone that was on the streets because that's what they use. They prey on them, and I don't know why. And there's proof of it on my page. However, I feel that there's something going on because it was also a rehab place that was doing this. It was out in front of a rehab place, and they wouldn't. The homeless people, they would just give them rugs and they would give them the schmeedles and all that stuff so they could use them. And they wouldn't actually help them, and they wouldn't let us help them either because they would get tax money as long as they were out on the streets. And so, and they had signs that said, come join our CUL, you know what, that last consonant, the one that comes after, it's the one that's before you. Yeah, so... yeah, and I can't get it out either. And so like can you please keep tapping the screen and sharing this out? I'm so sorry. But sorry, I have a lot of messages to share. And I'll get to that at a later time, but I'm trying to share one and not take the distraction off of what's going on. Joe, they're not letting us look into something, and it's removing my videos, and they just won't let me talk about it. They're striking my account, and so that's why I'm going live. Thank you, and I should be sharing it as well. Like I'm like out of breath. Like I've just been like trying to like find a way to raise awareness about this, but like that's who you need to look into, and they won't let it like be known. And like anytime I appeal something, they don't appeal it. It'll sit for 2 weeks, and they just don't. It says in 24 hours. Like this whole thing is just messed up. Yeah, it's if you take the 2 off of this one, it's the same account, WTF Dylan _. But I'll have to just be like really pushing that account, because they've shadow banned that one, and I think they're on the verge of doing it to this one too. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yes, please. No, está bien. Está bien. But it's to me, I feel like time is of the essence, and this is like an emergency because they're telling you don't look in this direction. There's no investigation that's still further looking into this house, so why not? They're only looking further through, like they've already ruled it, you know, what it was, and that's why they closed it. And so... so glitchy. Oh, it might be because I might hold on 1 second. Papito, the charger, the phone. Yes, thank you. Está bien. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. It's like, yeah, exactly. And that's what's going on. They're not letting us talk about his last known location. We can't talk about it. We can't find anything about it. We can't call them and ask them anything. They will not let us talk about it. And that's the problem. It's not the family. It's not the GF. It's because they're not letting us find out anything about his last known location. We know everything about that person and his last known location and everything when that investigation was over. We knew everything. They won't let us know nothing. And I have experience with these types of places. Hey. So, I'm sorry, I'm sharing a message.
Yes, sir. You're good. How you doing today, man?
I'm sharing a message. How are you? I'm not.
I'm
So I'm heightened up, and I'm worried. That's how I am. I'm sorry.
good. Talk about it. Get it out there. Don't just.
Yeah. So I can't post about it. I've been posting about this house. Like the last two posts I made, and all I did was ask questions, and all I did was say, why can't we talk about this house? That's all I said, and they keep bringing it down, and so I don't know what to do. And we need. That's where to look. That's what we need to know is like what happened inside of there. There's details that need to be known. If the investigation's closed, why can't we see it?
See that. Ah.
And they won't let us talk about it. They won't even let me post about it. And I'm just like, what's going on here? And I noticed there's something weird.
Well, now is when you need to start. Kind
Yeah,
of.
but do they have anything on the house? Do they have anything? Exactly. That's the problem. Why do you feed your own curiosity just because you take it upon yourself to feed your curiosity, but you don't share the information with the people asking you and appointing you to do it?
Yeah.
The
Gatekeep.
investigation is over. It's closed.
So shouldn't you be able to look? Shouldn't the files be public?
That's why I'm asking. I'm like, why can't we look into it? There's something here. And what I'm noticing is when I actually ask questions about the house, you can say anything you want about the girlfriend, the whatever, anything, but you cannot question the house. And that's where I'm noticing the inconsistencies here. Just like the website, just like fighting and fixing everything and like finding out who did it, that creator awakening, whatever. Yeah, you have to understand these people want you to, they're trying to spread misinformation and to throw you off. And that's why you didn't really you didn't know it was a house at first. Like that was hidden information. You thought it was a facility.
I mean, I'm not gonna go too deep. Keep going. I'm listening to you, brother. This
This is what we have to do. We have to ask questions. Jesus said, if anybody of your family, if your friends, if they get, it is up to you to find out what happened, and they need to be. You get justice for your friends. Look this up. And if we're not doing that, we're just swallowed. There's no investigation. There's no justice. There's no answers. How do we know that we're not actually that there's service or justice or not to be served?
Where are you asking your questions?
So
Like
that's
who?
why they just need to let the files be so we can see them. That's why they need to be public. That's why we appoint representatives so we can trust them.
Where are you asking? Are you calling the police station and asking them?
No, I'm trying to share it on TikTok because like that's the thing. People, nobody's doing anything. I'm the one that's like doing the most. I'm just kind of like trying to spread the information.
All right, well, I'll call and try to get the I guess stuff about the house. I can call up there.
Can you please, while you're on live, do you have another phone or something or
No,
somebody
I
else?
don't actually. I don't have another phone, but I
That's
can
okay.
call.
That's
and come
okay. I
back.
appreciate you.
All right, Joe Felz, right?
Yeah. Augusta.
I'll be right back and let you know everything they're talking about.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much, Seven. Oh my gosh. See, this is why you gotta go live because you gotta try and spark something. And of course now it's thundering and lightning. Every time I get serious. There it is. Oh, I know. I have a Discord, and I removed it from my bio. I have to re-add it back. So my Discord, you can add me on Discord. It's the same handle as my TikTok at WTF Dylan _2. But if you add me on Discord, you could find me there. But that's right. I could make a post there. I'm like about to just knock all my furniture over. But time is of the essence until they are just like, okay, you can't be doing this anymore, and I have to keep doing it until the window of opportunity closes. So it's the house. There's something wrong with the house. Someone just sent me a friend request. Thank you. I accepted it now. But there's something about the house. Okay. So there's a Joe Felz investigation tab. Here it is. Okay. Where is it? It's gone. What the hell? Huh. I have to find a way. I need to find another creative way to make a TikTok post, but I can't say it in the way that I'm saying it. I have to put it in a hidden message. Where are we? Son of Ra. So the problem, it's not his girlfriend, it's the house. The house he was at. That's what's going on here. That's why she doesn't, she's, I feel like something happened. I feel like somebody somehow drove him into the state that he was in, and they offer in this place offered out their services, and I think this was all planned, and I can't even ask questions about it. They won't let me. They won't even let me search down that trail. They keep taking my videos off of YouTube and here, and so I came on here to share a message because this is the only way it'll get out, and I just messaged everybody in Discord, but it's not them, it's that house. I have experience with the house like this, and it was in downtown, and it was when I was like feeding the homeless. They tried to stop us on public property on the sidewalks. They came out. These women. There's a video. The very first video I posted on this page is of that interaction. There was something about them, and it was a rehab place, but they weren't actually rehabilitating them. They were giving them rugs and needles and not letting them give them food, water, hygiene products, anything, because they were obviously in bad health. And they just, that's just what we did. We helped people in need, and they wouldn't let us. And so there's something about this that just correlates. I believe this is one of those places. And those places outside of that house would be showing out signs, come join our CUL and the consonant that is before you. So, and I have pictures of those signs. Brendan, are you here? No, he's at work. But I have pictures. We have pictures and videos of when we would go out there. They would hold these signs up, these big ones up, and it would just be written on cardboard. And they just be banging the bell as people were walking by. And this is in downtown Denver. I'm sorry, I can't help it. That's what I do when I'm thinking. I'm so sorry. I'll put a background on. So this is it. This is it. This is the video. They won't let me talk about it. I tried to show you it's a house, and they will not let me talk about anything. The thing is concluded, and I cannot talk about it, and I don't know why. There's nothing clear that's saying that I can't talk about what's going on. I didn't share like a location or anything, but I'm trying to ask questions. What's going on, and they won't let me talk about it. Something is going on. Why can't we have freedom of speech and talk about it? I'm sorry. Let me turn on this thing again. It's this. This is the thing that people need to look into. This is what everyone is overlooking right now, because this is it. This is it. And then if you talk about it, it will not let you do anything. Exactly. Yes. This. Yes. See, I'm not lying to you. This needs to be looked into, and we can't. They're not letting us. And I'm sorry. Let me put this back up. They're not letting us look into it. I just don't want to keep it up too much because. Yeah, there was this post, and it was under this person's post, and they're updating everybody about what's going on, and said that they learned a lot last night, and it was like, okay, you learned a lot last night, so you just fed your curiosity, but you're not going to share that with anybody. They said, I'm here to report to you, and gave you a whole bunch of nothing of what we actually need to know. And somebody right now that's in the live is calling right now over in Augusta, Georgia, the department, trying to see if we can even just get information. It wasn't a rehab facility. It was a house. That rehab facility was a house. It was a house set up as one. It wasn't actually a facility. That's the thing. You thought it was a facility, and that's the thing they won't let you look into is this place. They won't let you ask questions about it. The investigation is over. It is over, and it's been over for like days. They're not letting anyone talk about it. And so let me sit at my computer. It's the house. You can say anything about the girlfriend or whatever, but they will not let you talk about the house. I made 2 different posts, and I thought, because I said, people are bothering the family. Do not bother the family. And I thought maybe that would be why. And so I redid it, and it's the house. You cannot talk about it. It will. That's why people didn't know that until the people were posting about it, that it was a house. People thought he was admitted to a facility. No. We can't even ask, how did they find this facility? Did the facility find them? We can't even ask that. You have pictures? Come up here. Come up here. Come up here. I know there's pictures, but we need more than that. We need more. So if you got pictures, keep digging, and great work of getting the pictures, but we need to keep digging. We're not, well, that's not what, that's the thing. Dead men have no rights. What are you talking about? That's why you keep nothing after you pass.
Hello.
Hi, honey. How are you?
Good.
Sorry for my heightenedness. I'm just very passionate, and I need to get the message out, and I need to people understand the seriousness of this. This isn't a calm situation. This is absolutely something where you can't underreact. You have to react accordingly.
Oh, absolutely. Because otherwise, if you don't act accordingly, they're going to sweep it under the rug.
Thank you. What do you have for us?
I have pictures of the house. There was multiple buildings on the property. I have an aerial view of the property, but they marked out the address and they wouldn't give the address. I have a map of a roundabout where it's at.
And it's
With
normal.
some,
We can't share an address on this platform like that way, so that is normal. And if you did, just know that. Okay, continue. Thank you.
but I have all that. I can send it all to you.
Okay.
But that's all I have. I looked and
If
I've
we have
asked.
pictures, we can share them on the internet and see, does anyone know where this is? We just need to keep posting
Yeah.
about it. Does anyone know this house? We need information on this house.
It's weird because I took the picture and I shared it to Google Images, and Google Images I could not find the house on Google Images. I could not,
Yeah,
Chat
exactly. If you're gonna
GPT couldn't find it or nothing.
If you're gonna do your own private investigation and update the public and then not update the public while feeding your own curiosity, but then not sharing out the full details, saying there's more, that's not right. And especially when you're able to share the information because there's no investigation. It's closed. It's closed. We've confirmed that it's closed. So, now it's like, okay, so what do we not know now? What happened inside the house? That's the whole thing. We can't even how did they even find this facility? Did they reach out to them because he was famous?
They did an independent investigation of their own. They got the coroner's report. They got
Okay, but does it explain how it came to be that they found this place? There needs to be more, and that we have questions. So if you do an
he did
investigation,
an interview with Alex as well.
there is no stone left unturned if you're to do a true investigation. So how did it come about that they even found? That's the first step. That would be the first step before anything else. How'd you find this place?
My thing is, why was he way over in Dallas, Georgia, when Augusta is on the other side of the state?
Thank you. And I used to go barrel race in Augusta, Georgia, and it is huge. It's so big, it goes into South Carolina, and then it's North Augusta. It's huge.
Yes.
It's one of
There's
the
places
biggest
there.
cities. It's one of the biggest cities in Georgia. Not downtown wise like Atlanta, but it's like but land size. It's
Yeah.
huge. So it's the great point.
There's just a lot of things, a lot of questions that
Didn't get answered.
didn't get answered, and it's just shady. There's a lot of shady things happening that nobody wants to discuss, and that should be
And it's not
discussed.
his girlfriend's fault. And I'm
No.
fine. It really shouldn't be her fault because she's the one that they're looking to see if she's going to say something. And if there's something else more, she wouldn't be able to.
Yeah, and I can understand her point of view as well, 'cause she's grieving right now.
Exactly. She
She's
doesn't
not going to want to
understand.
tell anybody anything.
So when you lose someone you love, you're looking for an answer, and the first one you're given, when you find that answer, you accept it and you find peace with it. So that's where I think is what's going on with the family. They found an answer and they're just wanting to sit with that.
I
They
mean,
don't want. It's
it's
too hard to look up. It's too hard to think about. It's too hard to ask questions right now. So let us, who aren't completely broken, let us ask the questions and find this out. And they're not letting us.
yeah, that's true. Because I searched everywhere for that, and I'm a good investigator, and I couldn't find nothing on it.
No investigator, a private investigator can't tell you not to. They don't work for the law. They're a private investigator. They don't work for the public sector like the DOJ is. They can't
Right.
tell you not to do anything. They have no jurisdiction over anything. They can't take ownership over anything. So them giving you direction on where not to look is not the right way you investigate. I get not sharing with the public and this, that, and the other, but you still are updating the public. And you said, here's another update, and you gave us no update. Here's an update with no answers. No more answers. Like, okay, why can't we ask about the last known whereabouts? Why can't
And
we know
what,
what happened inside? Why can't we have detail?
like,
Was it in a room, a closet, anything?
why can't we have the address to the place? Like, what's so hidden about the address?
So if it's in Dallas, in Georgia, are you sure it's there?
It's in between Dallas and Hiram,
I'm gonna
Georgia.
People, I'm like overwhelmed with trying to share the message, and
If
I'm
you
sorry.
reply to my
But
message
can
I
you go in
sent you,
Facebook? Will you go in Facebook? And I will. And you know what? Yes. Tell me.
reply to the message I sent you, and I'll send you all the pictures I have.
Okay. Do I follow you? Yes, I do. Okay. So I was gonna say, what we need to do is shoot, my mind was just taken. That house. What we need to do is go in Facebook groups, and you need to find like Dallas Facebook groups and then post those pictures. Be like, hey, does anyone know this house? And don't say why. Just say, I need some important information about this house. Something happened to my friend or somebody I know or whatever. Just say something happened to them in this house. You know anything about this house? And That's what I did on my first page. If you or on my first post on this page, if you look at the first post, you'll see, and everybody in the community was like, "Yeah, that's the cult house." And that's how I found out. Oh, 7. You came up. All right. So she wants me to look at the messages. Hi.
My fault, brother. I was
What
cooking,
happened?
but I can't find this place of death. Where did he like? What state?
Georgia, Dallas, Georgia.
In Dallas, Georgia. All right, and all right, bet. I'm about to call right now.
Thank you, 7.
Yeah,
You the best. Thank you, Sleuth.
yeah, for sure, buddy. I'll
Thank you.
call you as soon as I get back. Dallas,
Thank you.
Georgia.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And it's raining outside. It doesn't rain in Denver like this. Like it hasn't rained in a long time. We flooded yesterday, and so there's something weird going on. I don't know. I feel it. I feel. Okay. Reply so I can send you pictures. Hey. Send them again. You guys, there's something about the house. There's something about the house. They won't let us look into his last known location, and it was a house. It wasn't a facility. It was a house, and we're not allowed to ask any questions about it. We can't look into it. I've made 2 posts about it. They struck them down, and I was like, "What's going on?" And we need to look into the house. It's in Dallas, Georgia. We can't share the actual, physical exact location on this platform, but if someone can find a location and put it in like Discord or somewhere else off this platform, I'll have to re-edit my bio so I can put Discord back in it. Settings. I have had to edit this thing so many times. Okay. Discord server is gonna be what happened to Joe Felz. I'm gonna make a new channel. Give me a second. General. Okay, server. Invite to server. Copy server link. Back to Chrome. What happened to it? Okay. Oh, there it is. Paste. Save. Okay. My Discord should be in my bio now. I tried to. It didn't even update. Settings, edit profile. Yeah, it didn't even update. There we go. It updated. Okay. So yeah, Discord in my bio. If you find anything about the house, put it in there. I'm making a new channel for it. And it'll be open to everybody. Create a channel. It's gonna be investigation. Sorry, you guys. I'm sorry. So get 7 Up in a box. Okay, so the PD can't give me any information. Why it's closed? Why not? Why not? Did you happen to ask them why? All right, perfect. Thank you for coming up here. So he called the PD.
All right. So I called. I told him I was like an investigative journalist trying to figure out, the information and stuff like that. Boom. And he was like, the lady said I had to go to the city and file a open case report to get the information, but I already filed it. I sent it to my regular email, which is probably stupid, but I
You're
already
the
sent it
best.
3 to 5 business days.
Okay, that's fine. It'll work on their time. Good for you. Good for you. So, now we just need to see if it's approved.
Yeah, once it gets approved, she said it'll take 3 to 5 business days.
So she knew what the case you were talking about?
Yeah, she said she did. She didn't even want. I mean, I'm not gonna say she didn't want to talk about it, but she just kept saying she can't give me any information. I gotta file. I gotta go to the city and file an open report, open case report.
Okay. Give me 1 second. Let me just Google something.
This is interesting. It's got my blood boiling, not boiling, but like I'm in a.
Yeah, a police department can often give out information and release records about a closed case.
See, I thought so.
When the case is closed, it is generally no longer protected by the ongoing investigation exemption.
All right, so I'm about to call back and ask them: is the case still open, or is it closed? Have they officially closed it?
Yeah, and if they say yes, or if they say yeah, it's closed, and say why is, since it's not protected, since the ongoing investigation exemption is in place and there's no investigation and it's closed, why can't you share any information?
All right, I'm about to call back right now, brother. I'll be back.
Thank you. So yeah, there's something. Yeah, thank you. Record the call. If you're still in here, record the call. Record the call. If you can, record the call. Oh, he's awesome. Oh my gosh. Thank you, community. Thank you, humans. Thank you just like for caring and wanting to find out more what happened to a good person. We need someone, you know how like Nolan Wells like popped off, like that case at Nolan Wells? We need Nancy Drew to start asking questions and bring awareness to this case. So people need to like find out and they need to tag Nancy Drew, and they need to tag other people that are like in news and media that share stories, or commentators like TikTok commentators. Just get them to talk about it. Because right now they won't let me post about it. They won't let me post about what's going on with they won't even let me ask questions. They won't even let me post a post asking questions about the house. Yes, we just spam her like freaking wherever she is, like messages or like whatever. I'm sure it's a team that monitors her social media, but the team needs to know that this is something that should probably be raised to her attention if she doesn't know about it. Because she gets really passionate, and when she feels like something is not being asked, she will ask the question anyway when you tell her not to ask. That's like the passion we need. We need like Nancy Grace, Paige, the house. So there's a house that he was in, and they will not let us find out anything. I've asked questions on TikTok. I made 2 videos asking about the house, and they immediately struck it down. They won't let us talk about it. And the thing is, we don't know anything about his last known whereabouts. So we know that we have pictures of it, and we know it's in like so far To my knowledge, it's in Dallas, Georgia. We have someone right now that just left the TikTok live that's calling the PD over there and trying to ask them why they won't give us information. He already called over there, and like, yeah, we can't give you information on the case. You have to fill out a thing, and you'll hear back from us in 3 to 5 business days. And right now, I looked up, and yes, the police department can often give out information and release records about a closed case. When a case is closed, it is generally no longer protected by the ongoing investigation exemption. So it is no longer. So yeah, if you look up, is it being investigated? It said it has been closed in any way that you ask it. So I'm just wondering, why do they keep saying that there's an ongoing one? I know that it's a private investigator, but a private investigator has no authority and jurisdiction over anybody. They don't work for the public sector like the DOJ. They work for themselves. So they have just as much right to ask questions as you do. So if they're feeling their curiosity and they're not allowing you to ask questions, that raises my eyebrows, both of them. Like, what is going on? And why can't we find out what happened inside that house? Was it because, where did it happen? Was it on a bed? Was it in a closet? Like, we can't find out anything, but we know about what happened with JE. We know everything about that. So what's going on? Exactly. So why did he immediately just said a name and she's like, I can't talk about it. Thank you so much. We very much are. And we just have to keep spreading information and keep finding out what we don't know. We keep asking questions and we leave no stone unturned. If you ask the Bible, let me just ask AI again. Does the Bible say you should seek justice if your friend passes mysteriously? Yes, the Bible commands believers to value life, speak for the defenseless, and pursue justice against wrongdoing. When someone dies, especially under unclear or violent circumstances, Scripture views a person who cannot speak or defend themselves as someone needing an advocate. So you have voice. This person doesn't. So you're their advocate. So you do not advocate for the devil, and you do not just not ask questions. You advocate for the person who is no longer here. So here's the scripture. In Proverbs 31:8-9, it tells you to speak up for those who cannot speak for themselves and ensure justice for the helpless. The city of truth, Genesis 4:10, notes the innocent blood cries out, showing that God hears and recognizes unjust loss of life. The rule of authorities, Romans 13:4, explains that governing authorities and legal systems exist as servants of God to execute wrath and justice on wrongdoers. So we need to ask questions. It's biblically correct to ask questions. It is biblically correct to seek justice for the loss of life because we're supposed to value it and speak for the defenseless and pursue justice against wrongdoing. So if we're asking what happened about this house and you're not letting us and there's no investigation, it's done and you're not giving us any information about it, why? If we're a nation under God, why do you not follow God's orders? Tap for the truth. Yes, thank you. So yeah, we need to ask questions. We need to find out. We need to ask questions about this. Why was it not a facility? Did the house reach out to him because he was famous and say, hey, let's give you our services all the way across the state when he lives in one of the biggest cities in Georgia? Augusta is so large on the map, it extends into South Carolina and becomes North Augusta, a whole new town. It's so big. So why did he need to go all the way across the state? What happened? And why can't we ask that question? Why can't I post about it? This is the house that it wasn't his house it was the house that he went to. The facility he went to that he was admitted to was a house. It was a house. I'm trying to pull you up. All right.
All right.
What'd you find out?
She said right now I'm doing I'm gonna get off here and I'm gonna figure out. She said whether was it in Pulaski County or the county of Georgia, or she doesn't know if it's in Dallas. So I'm like, man, but that's why I'm calling you because you should know. And she's like, well, I'm sorry, I can't help you, blah blah blah. And I was like, look, I'm sorry that I'm new to this journalism stuff, and my boss kind of wants me to get this story finished and out there. And she's like, she said something like, she's gonna help me, but figure out whether it's the county or the city. And then I gotta go to the website. I already did one for DallasGA.gov. I put in the request for there, but now I gotta go to Pulaski or Pullis County, whatever the name is.
Share it out, please. Share this out. Keep going.
That's all. That's all. I'm about to go do a little bit of research on the I
The
guess
exact
read.
location. The location.
Yeah, yeah.
Dude, thank you, Seven. Thank you, Sleuth. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Godspeed, dude, and may all of whatever energy you need to resonate to make sure this happens. I hope you can manifest it and get this done. Thank
Yeah, I'm
you.
gonna get it done. For
I
I'm
can
gonna
I
get it
can
done.
feel it.
All right, I'm about to get my notebook and start writing stuff down that I need, the notes and stuff. All right, I'll
Thank
be
you.
back.
It's not that we're hurt by information. We're there's lack of information. We're asking questions. There's information that's not to be had. And so the question that's being asked is about this house. We don't know anything about it. And of course, we were told that he was admitted to a facility. It wasn't a facility, it was a house. And if you look on the first video of that I've posted ever on this page, there's a house like that I ran into, and they would hold out signs, and there people would hold bells and would say, join our CUL and the consonant that is before you. They would actually be trying to, and so we would feed the homeless. We would, and there's homeless out there. It's in downtown. It's on the sidewalk. So we're there showing up to feed food, and they're shooing us away like, take your cameras out of here. And like the ladies of the rehab, they're just sitting outside watching like a hawk, making sure no one can help them. And so they're just feeding them rugs and schmeedles, making sure that they stay addicted, and they're not actually allowing you to give them food or water. And I said, no, I'm giving them food and water anyway, and you can back off. And that's what I told her, and she backed the hell off. She stayed at the corner while I freaking gave stuff out, and she couldn't stop me. So you can see that it's in the first freaking video. So I have history with a place like this before, and I'm just telling you, if I can't even ask questions about, was it in a room, was it in a closet, who was around him, what time was it, you can't even find these things out. Like, we know everything about JE and where everything about that so you know what, why can't we ask a single question about this house and what happened inside of it? Why is it so tight knit? And why is my videos getting taken down when I ask questions? What's wrong with this house? They just take it down. Exactly, but why? What drove him that way? Why did he have to go to a house across all the way to Dallas, Georgia for a facility when he lives in a huge city that has its facilities right there? Did they contact him because he was famous on social media and procure and like coerce him to go over there? We can't even ask that question. So why did he go to that house? Why was it so far away? Well, that's the thing. That's where they want you to think. They want you to blame her, and she can't say anything. They want you to blame her. This poor girl, they gave her an answer. This is what happened. And guess what? When you're so brokenhearted, you're looking for an answer. So when authorities give you an answer, you accept it. You don't look into it. They did it. You don't have the capacity in your mind to sit there and question and look through and find inconsistencies in the authorities. You just don't. You just accept the answer because you're so broken. You don't have it in you. We do. We have it in us. And that's why we're doing this.
Okay, so
Hi,
somebody
Paige.
just hi. Somebody just said that he owned the house, but he's known for van life. He didn't live in a house.
Yeah, he didn't. It's not his house. He went to seek someone. He got admitted to a facility. The facility wasn't a facility. It was a physical house. This rehab he was admitted
Right.
to was
So
a
okay,
house.
so I've been an EMT for over 5 years.
So I would invite you to go look at this house, the first house on my page. They don't help you. They shoo us away. We try to feed the people that they give rugs to. They're like what are
So
they?
you've been to this house before?
Not this exact one like it. And I posted about it. I'm like, you guys, what is up with this house? And all the comments said, that's the cult house in Denver. You need to stay away from there.
But
All the
that's what I
comments.
was
So you
that's
need
what I
to
was going
post.
to, because
We
you
need to
don't
go
get
post. We need to post about we can't speculate. However, we can ask questions. So what we can do is go in Facebook groups in Dallas, Georgia, and say, hey, do you know anything about this house? Does anyone have information on this house? Can you just tell us about it? Not where it is, but can you tell
because
us, do
if
you
he
know anything
was
about it?
truly admitted into a mental facility, it would not be a house.
Exactly. If he truly needed services, state services.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a
So
house.
if it's private, who did they reach out to him? How did he find out about this place all the way across the state?
Well, even if it's private, because like here where I live, the private ones are still facilities, they're not houses.
Well, I didn't mean it like that. I mean like privately run by actual like people that are just trying
Oh,
to
like
get tax money,
individuals like us.
like tax money that are just
Yeah.
for fraud.
Yeah, I get what you're saying now.
Yeah.
We need to know
I
everything.
invite you to
Sarah.
watch that video, the first video on my page. If you scroll all the way down, hit the first video, just watch, and you'll realize this is what exists in communities. And he
So
might
y'all
have
don't
been, he might
know.
have been led to go to one of these places.
Maverick, the state would be
And if he
what,
wasn't,
Georgia?
if he was an addict, and if it was one of those places, they would have given him rugs, just like this place. If you read the comments in my first video, they give you rugs.
But
Alright,
would
so
he be
y'all don't.
taking? Would he want to take them willingly? Is my question.
That's who cares if you're broken? That doesn't matter. You shouldn't judge the speck in your neighbor's eye. Look at the log in your own eye. It says right here, yes, the Bible commands believers to value life, speak for the defenseless, and pursue justice against wrongdoing. If something happened and they just said, and they knew that he struggled with drugs, and they put him in that type of environment, which was an influence. If it was an influence, you shouldn't say, oh, did he willingly take him? You should be testing him. You should be trying to cure him.
No, what I'm saying is like, did they force it upon him?
You said, no,
Because
you didn't.
he
You said, did you
didn't-
take it willingly?
I know, but that's what I was trying to get at, is like,
Right. So
did he take them willingly,
I'm not saying
or was
that doesn't matter.
forced?
But right, even if he was forced, regardless, why were rugs there? If rugs were a part of it, if it's a rehab, we need to find these questions out, and we're not allowed to. So what I invite everybody to do is ask questions about this house. This is a private investigator who made this post. I screenshot it and circled it. It's a house. It's not a facility, but he won't tell us anything else. He says he just can't because an investigation. But when you look it up, there is no investigation. Once it's ruled not a crime, it's exempt. Let me head back. Yes, a police department can often give out information and release records about a closed case. When a case is closed, it is generally no longer protected by the ongoing investigation exempt.
But
This
you
guy
said
right
he
here
said PI?
just called. This guy just called trying to get information, and they're not even trying to help him.
But you said the guy that posted it's a PI, private
Yeah,
investigator.
exactly. Yeah, and he has no jurisdiction over anything. He has no
Right.
authority over the case.
He's
He
not
can
going to
tell you-
tell us
know-
anything
you know where
because
the
it's
house
his
at?
private investigation.
Exactly. But why did he make a post about it? Why did he post it? If he's
Right.
not going to share anything, he's still on here on the internet trying to
Right.
get followers. This isn't a real investigator if he's
Right.
posting anything on the internet.
Right. You're right. You're absolutely
Yeah.
right.
Thank you, Paige. Thank you. I love you. I just know what I feel is there's something wrong. And
Yeah,
I
it's
can't-
dark
you need
and
to-
evil.
You need
I
to
can
ask
feel it.
questions and they won't let you. So that's a problem.
Yep. Absolutely.
So no
This whole
one
thing
knows
has been a
where
problem.
this house was or is. Like nobody. It's
Why
not
do
even
you
an
need to
article.
know? Hey, so someone says, why do you need to know? So everybody can hear it again. It's biblically correct to know. It is biblically correct to know. When you ask, does the Bible say you should seek justice if your friend passes mysteriously? Yes. The Bible commands believers to value life, speak for the defenseless, and pursue justice against wrongdoing. When someone dies, especially under unclear or violent circumstances. Scripture views a
Suspicious.
person who cannot speak or defend themselves as someone needing an advocate. When you are not, you're advocating for the opposite, the devil. You're playing the devil's advocate. So right here, Proverbs 31:8-9, defending the vulnerable, tells you to speak up for those who cannot speak for themselves and ensure justice for the helpless. The cry of the truth in Genesis notes the innocent blood cries out, showing that God hears and recognizes unjust loss of life. The role of the authorities, Romans 13:4, explains that governing authorities and legal systems exist as servants of God to execute wrath and justice on wrongdoers. So why did they close the case, and why are we not getting answers?
Because our
It
government
says
doesn't
it's
live off
biblically
of.
correct to have answers and to seek them, but if our government is a just Christian nation, why are they keeping biblically information and what we're supposed to do suppressed?
Because our government is a wolf in sheep's clothing. My opinion.
So yeah, for anybody, and I just keep saying it this way because there's people that are apprehensive to what I'm saying, like, what do you mean? And that's why this isn't just common knowledge, so I have to update and everybody on like what I've like come to like decipher through these messages that this private investigator shared to us online, and it was a long message. And so it was great because I could pick it all apart, and there's
So
still more.
everybody's saying that he owns a property. Since y'all can see that he owns a property, find out what that address is and see if it's the same house that they found him in.
Well, he was admitted. It was a facility. The private investigator even came on here and said, yes, that facility is actually a house. It was like, you know, a rehab in a house.
So it wasn't a
It
mental
wasn't his
health
place.
facility.
I don't know why people thinking it's his place. It wasn't in his house. It was in a house that was a rehab, like a halfway house. Why would you go to a halfway house if you weren't in prison?
And no mental health facility is a house.
Right.
You're forgetting what the EMT told us.
And no private investigator is going to come on the internet and say, here, this is what I found in my investigation, but I can't talk about the rest. They don't do that. A private investigator doesn't tell you anything. They wait until it's done, and then they reveal it. So
No,
these
we don't
private
know an
investigators are
address.
just clout chasers, and we're just on here passionately trying to just use whatever utensils we can with our hands and our phones to say, hey, you know, and I can't even post about it. And it's just irking me.
Why doesn't the girlfriend know where he was?
That's probably part of it. Is like, why we need to know why this house? Why was it so far away? Why was it in such disconnect from his daily life? If I've ever been to a program, it was in the same county I was in. And that was when I was subbed before I was 18. That was when I was 14. And I smoked
I think it's
cigarettes. My
'cause she's a
mom was very
plant.
strict.
He's a puppet.
I can't, that's speculation.
I know. That's my
We
opinion.
can't speculate. I have to ask questions, not come to answers that we don't truly have. I want to find answers. We can't just settle and say this is what it is. We don't know that. I thought that, but now I'm not so sure.
Illuminati, I'm not going to stop. You can keep on telling us to stop, but I'm not going to.
Here, he's getting muted. I'm sorry, you guys. He has 0. This is a spam account. Probably it's probably Awakening Spirit or whatever his name is, because it has 0 followers and 0 following. Don't even worry about that person. And what's funny is people will make, when you start talking about stuff like this, people will make bot accounts that will get and wait for your lives to say these things. So some of these could be bots.
Yeah.
But you guys, thank you just for hearing what I have to say and being here and not scrolling. I just want to really say that. And I'm talking to especially you two up here. 7,
okay.
thank you. And Paige, thank you.
I'm always here to listen.
Passionate, the emotion behind it, it made me want to jump in there.
Thank you. Yeah. So we need to keep that. We need to keep it going because
And that's another
No.
thing I'm here for is any medical y'all have questions about, I could most likely answer it.
Well,
All right,
right now we
look.
need to know. Well, there's no medical to be done to someone who's dead. Well, that's what we're trying to find out is what
Look,
happened.
while y'all two are up here debating, I guess getting information from people, I'm about to go actually go through the whole Google, Like, just search it up and do a little bit of research and show you all the research that I come up with.
Thank you so much, buddy. Thank
Yeah.
you, Kevin.
All right, I'll be back.
Sarah
Y'all
wants
have,
to come up here. You as well, buddy. Have a good one, and please, thank you for everything you're doing. I
yeah.
hope you're successful.
I know that there's nothing medical that I'm just saying, just like the mental health, the supposed mental health facility. No, it's not mental health facility if it's a house.
Thank you. Right. Like, that makes no sense.
Hey guys,
Hi, Sarah.
thanks for letting me up.
Absolutely.
Sorry to be so annoying in the chat. I'm just okay.
I didn't even
So
see it. You're fine.
no, forgive me. I want to try to help in whatever way I can because I do have access to a lot of like property information and stuff
I
like
am
that.
following you.
I just need to know. So is this? And forgive me because I know you said it was in the video or something. I'll go in there and look. But do we know the location? Like the place you went to?
No, we don't have the
It's
exact location. We have pictures of it.
You have pictures of it. Boom.
So
Okay.
I was
Where are the
thinking, what if what we could do is go on Facebook groups in that town that we think that it's in, and see if anybody
Can
knows
you
anything about the house.
can you just Google reverse the image and it pull it up?
I'm not sure how to do all that stuff. If you can, please. That's why I'm using community to help me figure this out.
Okay, you have the pictures up on a video in there?
Someone was supposed to send them to me. Let me see if they can. Hold on, they should be on my phone. But can I go down from live?
Yeah, you can. It'll just pause your live.
How do I do that?
So you just swipe out.
Swipe back. Like, I can go back to my page on TikTok.
Oh no.
Okay. I was gonna say, because I need to check my messages. I can check them on my computer, but it won't bring up images for some reason on TikTok.com.
Okay, and then you were saying that he went to this facility at some
To our knowledge, yeah, he was admitted twice to a facility. I'm not sure if it was both to the same facility. I'm not sure.
Do we know if he was forced to do it or if he was willing?
We can't even find that out. Or we can't even find out how they found out about the facility, if the facility contacted him or them, or we just can't find that out.
Huh.
What?
Weird.
It doesn't freaking let me view the message.
and where did the whole
Look up the Ask the President and CEO images are there.
Yeah.
Here on TikTok.
Me?
No, I was talking to Sarah. If she was
Okay.
able to on a different device.
Yeah, I was just so what a private investigator gave you. Where did this information? even-
Supposedly he's a private investigator. We don't know.
That's
for sure.
making posts about it on the internet, sharing only ample information of his private investigation, which he has no jurisdiction over anyone because it's a private investigator and he has no authority over any case.
As far as the death itself and what county or what city is that done in? Where the investigation?
Dallas. So someone gave me. We thought it was Augusta. He called Augusta. There was a guy that came in here. He called Augusta. They're like, what? So he called another place in Dallas because presumably it might be in Dallas, Georgia. Paulding County. People are putting it in and thank you guys. They're putting it in the comments.
Gotcha. Okay, beautiful.
Thank you, Sarah. I hope you're as strong as you are in that picture with you are with your sleuthing skills.
Do we know who the coroner was?
Can you find it? I've literally just been deciphering like what has been being shoved down our throats, because that's what you can take what you know and work backwards. And so I just take what they give us and I work backwards through it, and I find inconsistencies. That's what you do in an investigation. You get a statement. He gave us a huge statement, and now you can find inconsistencies with it. He gave us a huge statement. It's a lot of information, but you have to read it a little bit at a time.
Yeah.
Lindsay Fuller was the coroner.
Yeah.
And it happened in Paulding County.
Okay, Paulding County.
Yes, ma'am. Someone else is coming up. Hi, Jay. I'm sorry. I looked at my computer and my TikTok to open it, and it's this girl bear spraying this man. Like she just takes it, she just all over it. I'm like, what the? Sorry, that took my mind.
I posted the coroner's name in the comments.
Thank you.
Thank you. Awesome.
I think it's a little weird that his obituary is not online.
Good sleuthing. I didn't even look into none of that. That's why I needed help. I needed like real people who can investigate and help. Like I found my inconsistencies, but I don't have like I'm not a true investigator. Like I don't try to look into people like that. I try to like just fix and work on like
So he passed away in Paulding County.
Okay.
Has anyone seen the obituary?
I'm gonna look for it. Hold on. He was from Augusta.
Okay. Normally it's like it's public information when someone passes, their obituary is online.
yeah, absolutely. And it's been like 3 weeks.
Okay. And then, sorry, one more thing on just about that facility again. Why are we checking into it? Like, what was said about it? That's
Because we don't know anything, and it's biblically correct to check into it. Because
for sure. I'm just trying to like, did somebody know of him going there or something of that sort? Like, I'm just trying to figure out where.
yeah, right here. Oh, absolutely here. Effects. Boom. Bam. This is the investigator. He said, yes. Before anyone asks, yes, it is a house.
Okay, where is that piece of paper? What that you just showed there? Where?
The president and CEO is the name of the account. Posted this. Apparently, he's doing his own investigation, and of course, you know, publishing its findings instead before it's actually fully done, which is very weird.
Yeah. Okay, that's
So instead of us, we're not private investigators. We're freaking sleuths.
Yeah. But the dude on TikTok, it's president and CEO. Is that what you said his like name
Yes,
is?
the president and CEO, and it has like a I'd almost say like a not AI picture, but like an edited like a nice profile picture,
Right.
kind of like mine. Like it's like a nice profile picture.
All right, cool. All right, I'm gonna mess with this, and I will be in touch. I was just curious. Yeah, no. Well, I'll be back for sure. Thank you guys.
Thank you, Sarah.
No, thank you, and we'll be in touch. Have a good
Godspeed.
one, everybody. Yes, absolutely. Bye.
Bye. I hope you come back.
So from what I'm reading is that the house isn't even legit, that it was rumored by a witness.
Has Jay Essence spoke?
No.
There we go.
Apparently he was found in his camper on his off-grid location.
He was found in his camper. Is what it's saying now.
Yeah.
So why is it saying it was a house? Why is the private investor saying it was a house?
Because there is a supposed witness that is spreading misinformation.
Well, why is the private investigator also? He said, "Hold up, no. He said he can. He said he spoke directly to the family in that post.
Do we trust this person?
We don't know. That's why we're trying to use our power of discernment and ask questions, and TikTok won't let us.
Okay, well, I'm gonna screenshot this and then I'm gonna send a message to you so you can read it when we get off of here.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Have any of you reached out to anybody he worked with? They've been reaching out. They've been they've been reaching out to the internet and making posts. And so not directly, um, they won't even reach out and tell us like, hey, this isn't correct. Like when someone posted something about me that wasn't incorrect, I directly message them and say, hey, this isn't correct. And just let them know. Nobody's doing that. Nobody is, and they have to know by now. Okay. Yeah, but something needs to be looked into. It's being told that it's at the house. On the internet, it's saying it was in his RV. People are saying he bought a house. We're being thrown in different directions on purpose.
It says
Just to throw us off.
I mean, he had real estate properties, but the one that he was working on was the Jesus house.
They're throwing us off. That's why they're giving us 3 different possible locations.
Yep.
And it's probably none of them.
Well, everything that I'm reading is they found him in the camper.
Yeah, and the investigator said he spoke to the family and they said it was a house, that the rehab house. So I'm just, they're throwing us off. Either the family is like saying different things to different people, and I don't know why people are even contacting them. It should be where was he at and go from there. Because if we need to know where he's at, because if there's cameras, if there's anything, like we don't even know where it is. And the investigation's closed. So how the heck could it be so secret? Yeah, it's closed. Yes, it's closed. The private investigator's telling you it's open, it's ongoing. He's saying he's not telling you which. Obviously, it's not a real ongoing investigation. It's his ongoing investigation because when you look it up, is it being investigating? Are they still investigating it? It says no, they've already done it and it's closed once they ruled it out that to be of self-harm. And so now we can't even find out the location of where it happened. They're telling us it's an RV, it was a house. No, it was at his house. Or the house, the original one, they're saying it was at either his RV, a rehab that was actually a house, not a facility, or his house. And obviously if it was his house, I just don't think, I don't know. There's just questions that we can't ask. They won't answer them. Nobody's answering anything. Somebody knows something. Somebody knows where he was at, and nobody's telling us. And as it says in the Bible, you go and you search and you look and you find justice for those who don't have a voice themselves. You have to be their advocate. Well, why did he share all this information, sweetheart? If you can't share an investigation, why did he tell us all this that I had to decode? This is from the investigator posting this on TikTok. Tells us it's a house, tells us so much about everything. But it's an investigation, right? It's an ongoing investigation. He wouldn't have been able to say any of those things. It's his investigation. He has no authority over any case. He has no jurisdiction over anyone. He doesn't work for the public sector. It just sucks. I posted in Discord and people are. So my Discord of where where we can find and share information off this app. If you have a picture, there's a Discord server in my bio. There, when you go there on that, just sign up for Discord. I know you could do it on your phone. It's much easier than a computer. But there is an investigation tab. I just made it and posted to it. Waiting for the people to come up. Know about. They're always watching. I just feel like they're throwing us for a loop here by giving us 3 different possible locations that it could be in.
Okay, get this. This is weird.
What's
So,
up?
you know that president person requested a FOIA for the records?
Uh-huh.
Well, he posted on IG 6 days ago that they replied back to him and said that they could not get the documents to him at this time because the reports aren't finished.
Even though the reports aren't finished, they closed the case.
Right.
I'm so frustrated, you guys.
It says the reports and the scientific testing
I'm looking for my charger. Sorry.
is incomplete. Scientific testing is incomplete.
So but there's nothing so if the case is closed, nothing's stopping us from getting answers. We can ask our own questions.
We can ask our own questions, but the thing is like they're not going to answer them because
we don't have to do it to the authorities. I don't think the authorities were.
Well, that's true, but Alexandria, she ain't saying shit.
I don't think. I think that she doesn't know what direction to turn to.
I don't know, but to me, this is my opinion. When TMZ and People Magazine get a hold of a story, it's dark.
Yeah.
There was some darkness behind it.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know what I mean by that.
No,
I don't mean
that
Felz hurt himself.
No, I feel it. when it hits the radar like that, but it doesn't hit the right radars, because everyone hears about what TMZ talks about. So not everybody, but everybody in like that form of media, they look at that because they look for like inspiration to keep posting content.
And they are the
So,
ones that have because you know that law enforcement gives them all the details low key. Well, anyways, they're the
and they
ones
have a
that had
huge team. Do you see their huge team on the show?
yeah, they but they are the ones that came out and said that they found Feltz on his property.
So they're saying his property, and then they're saying that this guy's saying the treatment facility was a house that he was found at. So why is the private investigator saying the opposite?
Because
Who
I think
told him
he's being
that?
lied to.
Yeah. But like, is it the same person who said it was on his property? Because if that's true, then that means they're lying.
Well, TMZ and People Magazine are the ones that got the reports. Because you
So
know they get all the
right,
reports.
right. So I'm wondering who threw it off and said he was found on his house, and then who's been posting and saying he was at a rehab facility. I know who posted about the rehab facility. It was a guy on Facebook that
I
was.
don't think anybody was saying that he was found at his house. I think that was us misreading what was in the comments.
So what about where do we look is what I'm saying. So is it a house? Is it his house? Was it the camper?
TMZ and People Magazine says it was the camper on his off-grid location.
When has the news ever told us the truth?
I'm just going by.
No, I'm not saying you. I'm not questioning you. I'm like, that's my next question. When has the news ever told us the truth?
Why would he fake his own death though? He had no reason to. He was doing amazing things. I don't know who to believe. I think that they're confusing us on purpose.
Yeah, absolutely they are. That's what they do. Do you remember that's what Candace was saying about that the case what she was, doing, and she was
Yeah,
saying, I'm telling you, they're giving me three different answers on purpose, and I'm not looking at any one of them because I can tell they're trying to throw me off.
yeah, we know he wasn't gonna hurt himself, and he said if I'm remembering correctly, he said if something like that happened to ask questions.
Exactly. That's what it said. That's what he said. If something happened to him to find out, to ask questions. And that's what we're doing. And then that's what everyone that is close to him is telling us not to do. You don't take ownership over anybody. They take ownership over themselves. The temple is through them. And if that's what they told us, we heard them. You can't tell us any different to not ask questions when they would want that.
Oh, we need to look at Hope Harbor Wellness. It's a house in Paulding County.
It sounds a lot like my grandmother when my brother passed. He passed from an OD, and she hid it from us. She told us he died from asphyxiation to asparagus because of an allergic reaction, like a specific ass thing. Lied to the entire family and kept his death certificate inside a lockbox.
Thank you, Lisa.
We didn't find out, and I didn't find out until I actually had a reading through a lady, and she goes, "Yeah, no, your brother died of an overdose in a bathroom with a girl," and I knew there was a girl there, and I knew exactly her name was Samantha, so I asked my grandmother about it, and she had a fight with me, and she never talked to me again, and then it came out that it was true that he died of an overdose.
So if we're gonna look into the part of maybe he was at this house, then we should look at Hope Harbor.
Okay, I'll listen. I asked for help. Hope Harbor. What about it?
It's a house that is in Paulding County where they found him. Well, they didn't find him. We don't know if they found him at Hope Harbor, but they found him in Paulding County. It's Hope Harbor Wellness. I just don't understand because he was so open about his past, you know?
Okay, so official public reports regarding August 3rd, 2026 death of the influencer Joe Felz do not specify whether he was at his home, rehab, or his camper. While the Paulding County Coroner's Office and the Georgia Bureau of Investigation confirmed his cause of death was suicide by that, authorities and his family have not publicly disclosed the exact physical address or setting where that was found. Why? Why not? Why is that what's being hidden? Why does it matter where it was?
See, that's weird that it's telling you that and then telling me something totally different. I sent you the screenshots though, so you can look at them later.
No, I asked it this. Where was his body found? At home, at rehab, or his camper?
Yeah, I did too. I said, where was Joe Felz found? And they said, it said off grid in his camper.
It says official public reports regarding it. It says, do not specify. I will copy it, paste it, ask it again in another tab just to see if it says anything different, because it might. And I've seen it do this before. No, it says the exact same thing. It says something different. Official reports regarding the death of van life influencer Joe Felz do not specify that he was found at a rehab facility or in a camper. Publicly available details from the Paulding County Coroner's Office and news reports via TMZ confirm his death suicide in Georgia, but exact residential or specific on-scene location details beyond Paulding County have not been publicly detailed.
So, the obituary most likely won't come out until they have a funeral, and I'm sure they haven't released his body to the family yet.
When do you not? Why do you not have a funeral? It's been.
But if they still have Feltz in the court if the police still have the body, then they can't do a funeral. People have been in contact with the girlfriend. She doesn't want to talk.
So most obituaries are published within 3 to 7 days.
But you need to put after an accident. Oh wait, memorytree.com/memorial/Joe Felz. I don't know that, like I said, that president dude posted on IG 6 days ago and said that the testing was the scientific testing is unfinished.
So even Charlie Kirk's his obituary was up in less than 24 hours. And that case is still going on. So
well, his situation was sketchy too.
I'm just saying, but why isn't there an obituary? It's past 7 days. Even if it's a rule of suicide.
Maverick is putting it in the thing.
I can't click that from my phone.
Here, I'll go look it up.
Thank you. So okay. No formal obituary has been made for him yet. That's not a real obituary site. It's not real. No formal official obituary has been released by his family, but extensive public memorials and announcements have been shared online following his recent passing. Not a real one. There isn't a real obituary. So why is all this shit being so misinterpreted so much? Why can't we get like a real direct answer? It's just throwing us for a loop. It's like here's an answer. So like, but there's multiple answers to if you ask the same question. So what's going on? This is crazy.
I just want to know why she said, you know, in time the truth will come out. But
Well,
as of
yeah.
right now, yeah.
Because why would you you're doing this on purpose. You're letting conspiracy theories circulate without just saying the answer. Withholding the truth is still a lie.
Mm-hmm.
So these people are still lying to you.
Mm-hmm. Even the freaking internet's lying because it's telling us like 10 different things.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean, Sarah?
Yeah. Can you give us a date, Sarah?
My discernment says that he was never at this house, but that's just me. Because he was so open about his life and his past. Like I feel like Joe would have told us like, "Hey, I'm going to go to this place and I'm going to be gone for a little bit." Like I just feel like that would be Joe.
Mm-hmm. Hey Anna, we're we're working on something. We're we're questioning all the mysteries circulating this thing with Joe and what actually happened to him. Isn't
Tanya,
yeah,
you
it's great. It's
should.
great we have books, but now we need to figure out what's going on. And the powers that be aren't going to do it or tell us. They're just going to
There's
tell us when
so
they
many
feel that
freaking
it's ready.
secrets.
What are they still analyzing? What are they still testing? I'm so
Mm-hmm.
confused on that. And the investigation's closed before any of the results come back. But when it's closed, I don't know. It just doesn't.
That's just what the internet is saying. Hell, it could be lying too. I don't know. His partner announced it on the 3rd. He didn't die on the 3rd.
So when was it? There's no obituary, not an official one, not a real one. There's been memorials made, but there hasn't been an official obituary.
For life. Good possibility, but that's just speculation.
What's not speculation is we have a private investigator that came on here and told us he was in a house. Before anyone asked, yes, it is a house. A property is being used
From a
as the patient
crisis stabilization unit? Yeah, I said that earlier, Anna.
So he was transferred to a house from a crisis stabilization unit. A house. It just says a house.
That's suspicious. They don't normally do that.
And it says his placement there was voluntary to the house that he went to. And it's not, so they wouldn't say that if he was going to his house.
Well, he could have went to a family member's house. Or one of his
Regardless, why don't we
or
know
one
what
of
happened
his
to
real
him?
estate
Why
properties.
can't we find a location? We know where J.E. hung himself. We know everything about it. Right when it happened.
Because they had nothing to hide with J.E.
Yeah, they did. What do you mean? That's pretty sure that's why the whole thing even happened.
I mean, we all knew that he was a creep and what he
Well,
did.
but there was still more to be covered up that we didn't know. Where's his co-conspirators? He was the only one in Himmagee Lane.
That's true.
So yeah.
I don't think she's scared to talk. She's talking too much, just not about Joe.
Well, if you notice, hold on one second. If you notice, those posts she's made on that page was before he passed. She hasn't posted since he passed. Not like that's still currently up. She might have been deleted it, but currently, like, consider all options. She could have been deleted it.
It's not cheap to fake your own death.
But still, how are you? That's the one thing about the coroner's office. How do we get an exam from the coroner's office saying that it was by hanging by suicide, but didn't confirm? Is there a confirmation that it was actually his identity, or
If
like
the
what?
case is actually closed, you should be able to FOIA the autopsy.
And if there is a body, and if it's not Joe's, who passed away in place of Joe? We need to advocate for all voices that have been silenced.
No, I don't think it's Bohemian Grove. Mm-mm. They didn't want him teaching the world how to make free energy.
That's what we're doing anyway. Who gives a damn?
They
There's so many
didn't.
people doing it now. There's like, I've seen 20 people like today that people were just sharing me, showing me their free energy projects. There's one in my story that I showed. This boy in Africa, he's.
You remember that little boy that made the Tesla coil and he
Did you see
disappeared?
the magnets, the wheel that's spinning, and after he got it to spin, he plugs it in, and it's just pumping.
No,
this,
I gotta go look at your story after this. But
it
there
is
was a
so
little boy
good.
several years ago that made a Tesla coil and he disappeared and nobody knows where he's at.
Well, we were testing this today on this bowl. It produces this. It's a crystal. It's quartz. So, like in quartz, if you stress it, it produces electrical impulses. Well, there's two ways to harness it. You can either do it through piezoelectrics, turning vibration into electricity, or you can still turn vibration into electricity by putting magnetic diodes on there. That
You know,
shape
I was thinking of
and
that
charge.
last night. I was thinking
You're
of
so smart.
magnets.
You're so smart, right? And then putting the shaker ones on there, so it
Yeah.
just gets it gets some electricity.
Because I was thinking, like, how could we make it to where it vibrates constantly? I was like, what if a magnet would work?
Or even if it was just, listen, we don't even have, so this is just to prove that you can produce electricity through these vibrations.
Right, you can always make it
Then we
better.
can re-engineer it. Exactly. And then guess what? So I thought church bells, and I looked it up. They produce
Listen,
nine.
the metal rods on the top of the old cathedrals. I'm
That's
telling you,
what
that's how they
produces the
harvested
most.
free energy.
That's what that produce. That's the most resonating musical device known to man made ever is the actual pipe organ. It resonates at a frequency of 16,000 hertz, 16 kilohertz.
I'm telling you that they had free energy back in the day.
So
You
a
need to,
church
you
in
need
itself,
to,
if you just place these magnetic diodes all over
yeah.
the church and the organ itself, that thing can power itself.
Absolutely. You need to look into the Tartarian theory, I'm telling you, because it talks a lot about
I have a video on Facebook of those pipe organs because I've been to Italy and I've been all over it, including the Vatican, including many other cathedrals that weren't as, but like the organs in there, you can see that they are structured that way because how the sound, just the acoustics in it, just wow.
but
The
the
frequencies.
Tartarian thing goes over all of that type stuff. So basically, what it is there's a theory that there was this great mud flood and it destroyed everything, but the old cathedrals that are still up are the surviving ones, and the rods at the top was what gave the free energy to those churches.
Yeah. Yeah. And so that's why Joe is working on things like this. And that's why we're you know, like, there's so much to circulate around this of answers that we're getting. And it's like they're throwing us in a circle where we're not going to get the real anything.
My
And so,
thoughts are this isn't the US. I think that we are where God or Jesus was. I think Jesus was here instead of in the Middle East.
yeah, can you send the pictures to me, Sarah? Can you take a picture of them, screenshot them, and send them? I think people have sent them already to me. Sarah, I will follow you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, that's what I believe, Gypsy. Because how else do you get the bark? There's only one place you can get the bark that Noah built the boat out of, and that's in Florida. The gopher wood.
I'm from Florida.
There's a place in Florida, only one place in Florida where you can get gopher wood, and that's in Florida.
So I'm pretty sure that now, do you know how much all of what you see of the forest now aren't the original forests?
Oh, I know.
So I'm pretty sure there was more than what we have today of what it is now. So
Yeah, because explain to me the skeletal remains you were talking about that they found that was 9,000 years old. Explain that to me.
that's where I was born, in Titusville. Look it up. I was born in
I
Titusville.
know. I believe you, but I'm saying like something had to have happened for that to be below.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And tell me like why in Arizona, why we can't go to certain parts in the canyons. It's because they're hiding things.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but the lakes don't make any sense. That's over in the Middle East.
That's crazy.
There's not enough lakes over there in the Middle East as we have the same amount, and they're curved exactly the same here in the U.S.
Oh,
The
Seven's
lakes and
here.
rivers.
Listen, Seven's got something for us. Oh, wrong person. I got you, Seven. What you got for us? Thank you, Sarah. Thank you.
Go ahead.
No, you go. You go.
He apparently offed himself in GTA and part in the county. I got the county and everything, but they just not the house.
It said he was transferred to a house.
Voluntarily.
Which, listen, I know how this works. They make you sign paperwork to say it's voluntary. If you don't sign, it's not. They do it other ways. So if that's just because he signed a paper. Trust me, I was forced into signing in myself voluntary, and when I was voluntary, there's nothing I could do about it. I couldn't get myself out.
Right. I know.
Yeah.
I know how it works too.
So they're spreading this message, but you have to also understand, yeah, voluntary doesn't also mean voluntary. That's just paperwork.
Well, they could
So
have
why
lied to
doesn't
him
that
too.
investigator actually ask the real questions?
When you go live tomorrow, I couldn't call the place that I need to call, but when you go live tomorrow, I should have some answers because they close at 5 o'clock. You know, the departments and stuff, they close at 5. So
You
yeah.
you should call that county's coroner's office and see what you can get from her.
Ooh, that is good. Hold on, let me write that down.
7, you were the best. And you probably still have 7, or you might have an hour left if you want to call them now before they close, because it's 5:53 here. You might have just enough time.
All right, I'm about to get off here. I'm about to go see.
7, thank you. Hey, Gearhead, what's up?
Look at the message I sent you.
I don't know if Seven's still in here, but don't let that coroner tell you that they can't give you information. The case is closed. She can tell you everything.
Look at the message I sent you, Dylan.
I'm looking.
Okay. Why would there be blood spatter and a hanging?
There's not. That happened to Kurt Cobain too.
Shut up. Where'd you send it to me? I see it. I can't see the picture. I can't see the picture. How did you get the picture? I'll get it when I hang up on the live. Can I hang up on the live? This is just important. And I'm so sorry.
Just hang up the live and then come back on. So you
Everybody, I will. Will you go here and hit the notification bell just so you get notifications when I do go live and talk about this? You can find me easier.
All right.
And then I'm about to go live again in like 2 minutes. Let me review these messages that people have sent me pictures of so I can screenshot them and bring them up here for you guys.
Yeah, go ahead. Go.
All
Go.
right, bye.